It's very rare when someone as smart as Matt Painter gives you an in-depth look at their skill development philosophy, and that's exactly what Coach Painter did on the Starstruck podcast. A Starstruck podcast. This is with Coach Carlos Knox. We did a video on a clip from this. They were promoting the episode before it dropped last week, but it has now dropped, and it's a long form Matt Painter in-depth interview where they touch on all things from skill development to what it's been like working with Braden Smith and feeling like he's been snubbed from events in the past. Matt Painter talking about trusting his players and needing to sort of change his philosophies to allow those guys to blossom. It's exciting stuff. It's fun to listen to. It's a really, really just, I don't know, special look at the way Matt Painter's brain is wired. So Purdue fans will love it. Go listen to it. I digress. There's a quote here that had me watching a clip on repeat being like, I've never thought of this like this. And it's Matt Painter talking about skill development. I'm going to play a clip here. It's roughly 40 seconds in length, and I'm hoping you can hear it because there is some background music on it. But this comes courtesy from a Starstruck podcast, Matt Painter on skill development.
And the thing about skilled guys, people don't realize, like the Lord didn't make you more skilled than the next guy. You're more skilled because you put in more time.
Put in more effort, yes.
Yes. And when you get people more skilled in your locker room, they've put in more time and they're going to continue to put in time. And that's contagious. And now, if you don't want to do that, like you send a loud message to me, I organically go in another direction.
Absolutely.
I know that.
I'm gonna stop it right there. I got a notification that music was playing, so hopefully you heard the second half of that. But
Yeah, I heard
it
it.
was good. Okay, lovely. So yeah, paint basically on skill development. Well, the Lord didn't make you more skilled than another guy. You got there because you put in more time. People think some guys are just more skilled than others, like it was handed to them. That's not how it works. You played college basketball. Do you have any thoughts on this philosophy towards skill development?
I have there's two sides of this to me. One, I'm focused on the fact that I think Paint is 100% correct that in this regard, there needs to be the work put in to develop the skill. You need to put the time in to be a certain level of player that you want to be. But also, when he's saying this, he kind of is completely putting away the fact that there are actually some God-given talent type scenarios that come into this. Like maybe you have a little bit more God-given talent than somebody else, and the skill and the time that you put in separates you. But let's not get it twisted. Uh, it did. I guess I can just relate it to myself. I don't really think it mattered what I did. I was a 11-inch vertical. It didn't really matter. Just not as skilled, like not as God-given talent basketball player. Zach Edey was given a God-given talent by being 7'4". Now he
Yeah, but
put it
is
now he put in hella work skill wise to get to the point where he's at. But it's a combination of both, right? I've also in my experience, I have seen really good basketball players be amongst the shittiest skill workers of all time. But they are just naturally good at the game. Like they have a talent, they have athleticism, they have all this stuff that kind of just was just intrinsically who they are. And they're able to be good basketball players. But I think the point that Paint was trying to make here is that skill development and putting in the time is how you get to where you want to go. I just think that maybe he just took it a little bit too far.
I mean, which would be a credit to a Starstruck podcast if so. Like that's my dream is to get a guest as well thought as Matt Painter, feeling himself in an interview that he starts, I don't know, juicing up his stories a little bit. You mentioned Zach Edey, what, 7'4"? Like God gave him that skill or whatever. I don't mean to dismiss it like that, not whatever, but like that's immeasurable, right? Like being 7'4" is not a skill, it's measurable, right?
But that's part of God-given talent. It's not a measure, it's talent.
Okay, but this isn't a quote about talent, I don't think. This is a quote about skill. He said, God doesn't make you, the Lord didn't make you more skilled. You
See, I
work
also think
for it.
that's wrong though.
That's kind of where I'm coming
There,
from, but I just want to make a, it's not, skill is not being 7'4". Skill is not even like I guess a vertical is a skill measurement, but that's athleticism. Skill is like, can you shoot? Can you pass? Can you handle? Those are skills on a basketball court. I guess to an extent, your IQ is a skill. Um, those are like skill traits, right? Not just like you're 6 foot or you're 7 foot. That's your height. That's not a skill.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. That's just I feel like that's just a semantics portion of
Like
that.
we're going back to the Edie era and be like, is he just big? No, he was skilled, and he was
Yeah, but
also
also the
seven
Lord
four.
does there are some people with God given. I guess I don't know. I keep saying because he said the Lord. I feel like I gotta keep saying God,
Yeah,
but like
he
there
said the
are some
Lord.
people. There are some people out there who are naturally gifted at whatever you can say whatever skill you want. Like I played with naturally gifted passers, naturally gifted shooters, naturally gifted athletes. I don't know if we're calling that a skill like you said, but there are some people who are naturally good at the game of basketball without doing the skills portion of it. Like that I think everybody knows a player like that.
What's the thing you're most naturally skilled at? Like
Talking,
something you did not work at all that much that you're just very good at.
probably like being funny.
You don't think you worked at your humor?
No, not even a little bit.
not,
Never.
not years of skill development there.
No, honestly, there's probably a short list of things in my whole life that I've actually worked on. I just kind of like took what was given to me and just kind of roll with it, just
Yeah, okay.
adjust.
All right. Well, all right. I guess maybe to Payne's point, that could be why we're where we're at right now.
I like
Maybe.
where I'm at, respectfully.
I do too, but I don't know. Look, I just found this interesting because I even if Payne's being a little exaggerative or hyperbolic, whatever word you want to use, I think it would be fair to summarize his point that like great players don't just have it naturally, they work for it. Like if he says that, we're all like, yeah, we agree. It's just more the framing of like the Lord didn't make you more skilled than someone else. My belief, I mean, the religious aspect of this aside, whether you want to frame it religiously or not, there are undeniably basketball players that are naturally more skilled at certain areas of the game than other human beings. That's life in every aspect, pretty much, right? Some people are just born good at things. That doesn't mean they don't also work. But like I would ask you this, Cart, does the fact that Ty Rodgers can't shoot at all mean he didn't work for it? Or I guess let's do it in a Purdue lens. Is the idea that No Gel Eastern could never make a shot? Is that because No Gel didn't work hard enough?
I mean, it's a combination of both. Like, so you can do all the work in the world, but sometimes you just ain't it just ain't gonna translate.
Sometimes you just don't have the God-given skill
Yeah,
or
you ain't got it.
natural skill, whether you
Yeah,
want to
you ain't
frame it
got it.
religiously or
It
not.
doesn't matter how
So,
much work you put in. Like on paper, it'd be amazing if that's how it translated, but it doesn't.
yeah, but simultaneously, I agree with Paint that like if we were lining up programs in the country in terms of skill development, Purdue is going to be pretty high on the worked for it meter, right? Like I think there are players at Purdue more than almost any other program in the country that end up in a much more advanced place in terms of skill through their work and through what the Purdue coaching staff helps them do than they were when they came in. Like they are probably the number one player development program in the country right now. Is that fair to say?
One player development program in the
I mean,
country.
Braden Smith was a 3 star. Now he's National Player of the Year favorite. Zach Edey, 3 star. 2-time National Player of the Year, greatest player that we've seen. Jaden Ivey, outside the top 100 as a recruit. 2 years to the NBA.
Was
I
Jaden
can go
Ivey
on.
outside the top 100?
hmm At
Was he?
least when he committed to Purdue, it was kind of Luke early. Then he got a little ratings bump later.
Uh, yeah, sure. You can go ahead and give that to him.
I think like we don't need to get too cute. I think that's fair. And all those guys, I would say, had pretty high capacities for work.
So does Duke not get credit for player development because they get such good players?
I mean, it's different, right? This is like the Beeline era conversation too. When you bring in guys that are NBA players now, the moment they walk through your door, it's different type of development than when you bring in guys that aren't necessarily supposed to play right away.
Yeah. I mean, if they want the greatest player development, school bump. They can get that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone is better right now at taking under the radar recruits and making them elite players than Matt Painter.
Yeah, I probably don't got to push back to that.
Yeah. I mean, there's no one off the top of our head that we would say as quickly. So,
Yeah.
but that's which is why we should take anything he says very seriously. Like the idea that Purdue's players and guys that are Painter recruits have a ridiculously high capacity for work and getting better, I wholeheartedly agree with. It's just I also don't agree with the idea that like players where skill didn't translate didn't work or that feels like it'd be a correlation to what he's saying. Like it's skill is all it all comes down to work. Not always. It's a mix of
Yeah.
both, you know?
Yeah. So I'm willing to get there, but can I say one thing?
I'm scared, but yeah.
It's ridiculous that Zach Edey was ever rated where he was rated. I don't give a damn if he was 7'4" and could walk.
This is probably true, yeah.
Like I've done the exercise of going back and looking at centers in that class. Like kiss my ass respectfully.
I mean,
Like the dude was 7'4" and could actually walk and chew gum at the same time. That will get you in the hundreds nowadays. The fact that we had to act like this was a two-star recruit and had the same recruiting momentum as Carson Cooper pisses me off on a day-to-day basis.
Edie was pretty good as a freshman too. He didn't come in as a total no name,
Dog,
but
go look at the footage of Edie on his last year at IMG. He wasn't Oliver Raju or
but
whatever that dude's name is.
but he also wasn't the national player of the year.
He wasn't, but I'm saying like they're acting like Paint took me and turned me into the national player of the year. Zach, you know what I'm saying? He had a little bit of something there.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Good on them on doing it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that's
Yeah,
true.
they're the best player development program in the country. I'll let them have it. They
Okay.
get everything.
Felt like a roundabout way to get there, but
Well, because they just get everything. Like, good Lord.
I'm still dying at is there anything that you're good at that you didn't work for? And you said everything. I really didn't work for anything.
Listen, it wasn't even a work for anything thing. It was just kind of like, the what's the phrase? Like play the cards that you know what I'm saying? Or if we're playing poker, I don't get to just hand my cards back in. I'm just playing them motherfuckers.
Okay, I guess.
Saying
I can,
you can't fold on life.
well, yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah.